2 years and counting for the Spectrum Charter strike. Is this the America we deserve? WTF next. Hello, I'm Mark Harrison. This is a story about lying and stealing. It's about a company called Charter Communications, about a small cable company from St. Louis that grew to be the second largest cable provider in the country. In its early years, Charter was run by a group of cutthroat businessmen who would stop at nothing to acquire and expand their cable subscription base, at least until 2009, when after many awards for growth and achievement in business, they were forced to declare bankruptcy and allowed to cancel their obligations to stockholders, thus leaving investors holding worthless shares. But Charter was unfazed, and with new CEO Thomas Rutledge at the helm, once again went on a buying spree. This time, seeing the corporation take advantage of every possible angle in the FCC and SEC rules and regulations. And finally, emerging as the second largest cable and internet provider in our country. Second only to Comcast, who they essentially beat out in a hostile takeover fight for Time Warner to win the coveted prize of selling cable service to the citizens of New York City. And so they did. They sold the promise of great service to subscribers and then lied about the actual service those customers received. They sold the promise of providing service to unserved and underserved homes in New York State and then lied about the number of homes they'd actually provided service to when the state asked for proof. And in the end, they stole from the workers who had spent decades building the infrastructure that provided New Yorkers with reliable cable service by attempting to offer them a contract that changed their working conditions for the worse, charged them more for their health care and their benefits, and tried to cut their pension benefits. A contract offer so bad that the members of the IBEW3 had no choice but to strike. A strike that entered its third year last month. In the meantime, the New York Public Service Commission has basically kicked the company out of the state for not meeting its obligations to provide service outlined under the Time Warner merger agreement. But, as you can imagine, the company has said it's not leaving and has now entered into what promises to be a protracted legal battle. And in the latest move, it has managed to begin a process of decertifying the union, a move the labor laws actually allow, and a process that any corporation can employ if they have the patience to hire replacement workers who are convinced that promises by the company that lies will surely come true if they just get rid of the outsiders. That's what they like to call unions, outsiders. By now you can write your own end to this story. In the meantime, some clever IBEW members have come up with an idea to take over the cable service in the city, and it has merit. One can hope they will succeed. We're rooting for them. But this entire story begs the question, is this the America we deserve? Well, it's the one we have. We now live in Donald Trump's America, where workers are a nuisance. The rule of law is catch me if you can for corporations and politicians. It's about the latest opportunity to run for office and then close that book deal when you lose. It's about the minority getting over on the majority. But it doesn't have to be that way. We are the majority. You are the majorities. All of us are the majority. The 1,800 workers in New York who are 2 years without a decent paycheck are the majority. We don't have to stand for what has become Trump's America. We can take this back. We have the numbers. And now you have some thinking to do. I'm Mark Harrison. Thanks for listening.